The morning mist clung stubbornly to the fields surrounding Chotobelun, a village nestled amidst the verdant folds of West Bengal. Here, amidst the mud houses adorned with vibrant murals, lived a 10-year-old boy named Vhore. Vhore wasn't your ordinary boy. His heart didn't beat for the usual games of kite flying or hide and seek. His true passion lay in the satisfying clink of glass marbles, the strategic game of Danguli. Vhore's days revolved around the hunt for the perfect marbles. He'd scour the banks of the nearby river, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of discovery when he found a particularly smooth, vibrantly colored sphere. He'd spend hours polishing them with sand and cloth, transforming them into gleaming trophies. His nights were spent dreaming up intricate Danguli strategies, his mind a battlefield where glass warriors clashed. One crisp morning, the usual quiet of Chotobelun was shattered by excited chatter. The annual Danguli Tournament, the biggest event of the year, was upon them. Villagers young and old, their eyes gleaming with competitive spirit, thronged the central courtyard. A makeshift Danguli arena, a smoothed-out patch of earth encircled by stones, stood ready. Vhore, his heart pounding with a mixture of nervousness and excitement, clutched his pouch of marbles. His friends, Tanny and Munna, flanked him, their faces etched with a mix of encouragement and apprehension. Tanny, a wisp of a girl with fiery red braids, was Vhore's closest confidant, her quick thinking often complementing his strategic mind. Munna, the gentle giant of the group, possessed an uncanny ability to gauge the weight and trajectory of a marble, his throws deceptively powerful. The tournament began with a flourish. Villagers of all ages, their faces etched with concentration, took turns showcasing their Danguli prowess. Vhore watched intently, his mind absorbing every technique, every subtle flick of the wrist. Finally, it was their turn. They were pitted against Bola and his gang, a group notorious for their aggressive tactics and questionable sportsmanship. The first round was a nail-biter. Vhore, employing a strategy he'd honed for weeks, managed to strategically maneuver his prized cobalt blue marble, knocking out two of Bola's marbles. Tanny, with her lightning-fast throws, surprised everyone by eliminating another. Munna, his throws deceptively powerful, cleaned up the remaining ones, securing a narrow victory. The crowd erupted in cheers, their initial skepticism towards the young trio replaced by admiration. The next rounds were a blur of concentration, strategy, and the satisfying clinking of glass. Vhore, fueled by the cheers of the crowd, displayed an almost preternatural understanding of the game. He'd flick his wrist with practiced ease, sending his marbles on calculated trajectories, leaving Bola and his gang fuming. The final round arrived, thick with tension. Vhore and his friends faced Kaka, the reigning champion, a wizened old man with eyes that held the wisdom of countless Danguli battles. The game was a masterclass in strategy and technique. Kaka, with years of experience, countered Vhore's every move. Tanny and Munna, their throws less effective against Kaka's masterful defense, were eliminated one by one. The weight of the entire village rested on Vhore's shoulders. He knelt down, his eyes locked on the final marble, his prized cobalt blue. He closed his eyes, picturing the countless hours of practice, the strategies he'd meticulously planned. With a deep breath, he flicked his wrist, sending the marble on a calculated course. It hit Kaka's last marble with a satisfying clack, sending it flying out of the arena. The crowd erupted. Vhore, his heart pounding with a mixture of elation and disbelief, looked at his friends, their faces beaming with pride. He had done it. He, the little boy from Chotobelun, had dethroned the champion. The celebrations that followed were legendary. Vhore was hoisted onto shoulders, his name echoing through the village. But amidst the joyous chaos, Vhore knew something more valuable than the title had been won. He had earned the respect of his peers, the admiration of the village elders, and most importantly, the unwavering camaraderie of his friends. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across Chotobelun, Vhore sat by the riverbank, his pouch of marbles clutched in his hand. The victory was sweet, but what truly filled him with warmth was the knowledge that tomorrow he would be back on the dusty courtyard, sharing his passion for Danguli with his friends, creating new memories and weaving new stories with every satisfying clink of the glass marbles.